in Paris or, you know, New York, whatever, in Argentina, wow, there's not a lot of these, so you're more valuable. It's something you want to have. It's something, yeah, that you value most. So that's talking about gold. And so thinking about gold, we're like, okay, so gold, limited amount, makes people want more of it. So how can that relate to our crypto? Okay, so let's make a crypto that is has a fixed amount, because most cryptos, a lot of them are either hacked or they're inflationary, right? They go up, they can be mined, more can be made, more can be brought into supply. And that makes it not as interesting because there can always be more. Like, hey, why should I hold something? Why should I save it if there's more all the time? Which is interesting because it takes you to the dollar or any currency on the planet that is printed every day. Why does the dollar lose its value? Why do all currencies, Venezuela, Argentina, why do all these places, currencies lose value? Because they're printing it every day. I don't know if you gentlemen and ladies know, 80%, this is a fact, you can go on Google right now and check it, 80% of all the US dollars in the world today were printed in the last 6 years or 4 years. Don't quote me on that. In the last 6 years, I think 1 year, in the last 2 years. Out of all the dollars of the last 100 years or whatever amount of time the dollar has been around, it was printed 80% in the last year, 2, 3, 4 years. Again, I don't recall. It's 1 year or 4 years. That just tells you how it's ridiculous, which means it loses. That's why it's losing its value. That's why crypto is going up. It's not crypto that's going up. Everyone says, oh, crypto's going up, Bitcoin's going up. No, it's the dollar that's going down. It's the currencies that are going down all around the world. You have two things to compare to each other: apples and bananas, dollars and crypto. If one thing goes up, the automatically, if one thing is going up and the other one's not moving, automatically it's like as if it's going down, right? It's like if you're in a car and the cars are moving next to you in traffic, it looks like you're moving, but no, it's the cars next to you that are moving. You're standing still. Same thing here. The dollar is losing value. All the currencies are losing value because, again, and then because they keep printing it. That's why crypto is it's more favorable. That's why crypto is better than the US dollar. Than I'm saying US dollar, but any currency, any paper currency. So same thing with gold. Gold cannot be printed. It cannot be made. What exists is what exists. And it's tangible. You can touch it, right? That's why, they call Bitcoin and gold. They like to compare it because it's two things, except one. The only difference is that crypto, it can be hacked. It's been hacked, right? So there's that fear that people have when it comes to crypto because it can be hacked. Thank you, Simon. Thank you for sharing. I'm not sure who's sharing the screen, actually. I don't know if is it Simon? Anyway, whoever's sharing the screen, thank you. I will, yes. Oh, yeah, it's Simon. Yes, I will touch base on the screen. First talking about the basics, and then we'll get onto the website. Thank you. So that's why gold is always, in my opinion, anyone who has this information, it's pretty logical that gold will always keep going up because it's just common sense. Just look at the last 100 years, 1,000 years. History repeats itself. And you want to know what's going to happen tomorrow? See what happened yesterday, right? Again, it's not applicable for everything, but most of the time. So with all that said, okay, let's make a crypto, BLNX, that is limited supply, 114 billion. That's the number we just chose. 114 billion BLNX. There will never be more. And it cannot be minted. It cannot be, no extra amount can happen. That way, okay, now it's similar to gold. At least no more can exist. Okay. So that's when it was presented to us. The idea was presented to us. Let's make a crypto so we can onboard the crypto community. And then the next questions came up. Okay, what makes your crypto special then? And then we had to start thinking again. Okay, well, we have a crypto. What now? Why is it special? Everyone thinks their crypto is special, right? There's thousands of crypto, tens and thousands of cryptos. Why is ours special? We're like, okay, let's continue to stick to our values. Let's continue to stick to BLNX. Yes, thank you, Simon. If we go here to the BLNX section, we're like, okay, let's make it deflationary. Wow, that's a cool idea. It's like, instead of always being more, let's have always being less. So every time something, again, another example, you go to a buffet, right? You go to a restaurant, or in the morning you go buy your croissants. If you have a nice place you like next to your street and you like to buy fresh bread, right? You like to buy fresh bread. You go in the morning because in the morning it's fresh, and in the morning they make 50 pieces of bread in the morning. That's it. They won't make more. 50 pieces is all they will make. And every hour, every minute, there's less bread because people are coming and they're buying the bread. So you're going to hurry up as much as possible to get there and be first to get the bread, because you know that at 10 a.m. there's going to be no more bread because they already all bought the bread, right? So it's decreasing every minute. The bread decreases because people are buying it. So that makes the bread more. They don't change the price obviously in the store as there's less bread, right? But the concept is the same. So there's less bread, and if you get there and two people are fighting for a piece of bread, who pays more for the bread? Here, similar thing. By making less and less of BLNX, by removing it from supply, making it deflationary, it makes it more valuable. And that's actually what happens. There's the actual math on the blockchain actually does that. The less of the token there is by something called a burn function. That's what it's called, a burn function. We decided, okay, let's adapt a burn function for BLNX. So every day there's less and less tokens. How does that work? There's 114 billion tokens, right? We have allocated 40 billion, so roughly 40%, 38%. All this information can also be found in our PDFs. Again, new PDFs are coming out this week, the more final versions. 40% is going to be dedicated out of all the tokens that are going to exist at the time of launch on Ethereum, by the way. It will be on the Ethereum network because it's safe. Everybody knows it. Yes, it's a little bit expensive, but but at least people know it, right? No Solana, none of that. Ethereum. That 40% that is being burned little by little will make sure that the price goes up, right? The less there is, automatically the price goes up, and which makes people want to buy it. They're like, hey, there's a reason to buy it because every time there's going to be less and less. So it's good to buy it now. It's good to have it now. How? What makes what's going to dictate how much is sold? How much is burned? Here, as you can see, thanks to Simon, for every $1,000 on paragraph 2, for every $1,000 that is placed in invested or used to buy packages on BullionX, per every $1,000 that go in the system, a million BLNX will be burnt instantly. Okay, so if $100,000, 10,000, yeah, if $100,000 are put in the company, then 1 billion BLNX are going to be burnt. Again, maybe I may be wrong on the math right now. I'm just thinking off the top of my head. Again, just make sure you check yourself. So excuse me if I may be messed up there. But yeah, you just do the math. Per every $1,000, 1 million of BLNX are burned. Okay. So why did we decide that? We decided that because, again, we are a gold company. So that is the main thing. That is our main foundation. So when people come, they don't need to trust the new crypto. They don't need to trust this BLNX. They need to trust the company, right? Because that's what it's linked to. Most crypto projects or cryptos that launch, just launch and that's it. Who is it? Who's the developer? Who launched it? Nobody knows. That's it. Done, right? So there's a lot of speculation. There's a lot of risk behind it. In our case, it's linked to an actual company, right? If Citibank or HSBC launches their crypto, everyone's going to be comfortable. Oh, okay, it's Citibank, it's HSBC. We can trust them. Of course, you can't. But, okay, they've been around for tens and thousands or whatever amount of years, right? So they trust it. That's why we decided, okay, us being BullionX, a company that has been around for years and years and years, we have a reputation. In this case, in this moment right now, we're building it because we've always been private. As we spoke at the beginning, we know that we've been around for many, many years. The average person doesn't know. So that's stuff we have to be proving every day right now, every week. That's why, again, more documents are coming out, meeting the management team, all this being done as fast as possible, but slow. It can't just happen in one day, right? So that is the reputation-wise for the BLNX tokens. So So people know that, okay, so BLNX is going to be fine. Why is it going to be fine? Because we trust BLNX. If we trust BLNX and we know that that money is coming in the system, we know that BLNX is going to be burnt every day, right? So you don't need to trust BLNX. You need to trust the company, because if the company is doing well, BLNX is doing well. You see where I'm going with this? So you don't need to, it's not about crypto. It's about gold. It's about the company. And if we're receiving, again, constant money coming in, then the token's going to do good as well. Simple. Okay. So that's regarding the deflationary aspect of the token and how it's linked to, how it's quote unquote linked to gold. So there's two type of people who are interested, three type of people that are going to be interested in buying and making the price go up of BLNX. The first people are the ones who come in first. All of you here today, you're early, right? You're getting free tokens by simply registering 100,000. And if you invest in packages, if you buy these, again, the packages where you earn daily, you also get BLNX. And all these numbers are written here. Per every $100 invested, you get 100,000 BLNX, right? So you get free BLNX just by registering. But if you want more, then you can also put money in the system, earn every single day anyway. So you don't have to wait for launch. Launch, when launch happens, launch happens. But while you're waiting for launch, you can be earning every single day and withdrawing to your accounts every single day. So that's why I say the crypto isn't the main dish right now. The main dish is gold and the percentages you earn on gold. Then BLNX is going to be the dessert. That's how I like to see it. The main dish is gold, and BLNX is the dessert. So for all of you who like sweet stuff, some people, they want to eat their vegetables very fast or their meat fast to then get to the dessert. It doesn't mean one is better than the other. They're different. One is the main course, the other one is the dessert. Just as enjoyable, just in different ways. So for everybody coming in now, yeah, you get your free tokens, and you can earn a lot of tokens by putting money in the system and start earning. So it's a win-win. So, question to the early investors, to the early adopters. Okay, once all these free tokens are given out, which is 10% are given out to register, 14 billion are given out to people who register, and 10% are allocated to the money that's put in. Okay, what happens when that's gone? Why should anybody tomorrow, once these tokens are allocated, why should they buy BLNX when it launches? If they missed it and they don't have it, why should they buy it? They should buy it because the company's still around, and that $1,000, every time that $1,000 is invested, the price goes up. That's when the 40% kicks in. The 40% is going to kick in after launch, obviously, not now. After launch, all the money that comes in starting that day, $1,000, $1,000, $1,000, it will start burning BLNX. So this also helps all of you who get BLNX today. Why would you hold it and not sell it on the first day? Because everyone asks, hey, what happens if as soon as they launch, bam, you sell it? Well, you kind of can't anyway, because there's no money in the system. You need liquidity. This comes with time. It doesn't happen instantly. Yes, maybe not. This is up for speculation. Maybe not. The company may or may not add liquidity to the contract. They may or may not add money to the system at first. So, to get the ball rolling, no promises being made here, but maybe or maybe not, it may happen. Let's see. However, all the new people coming in, they're the ones who are going to bring the money. And why are they going to bring the money? As I said, because they know, they're like, oh, wow, we missed all the free tokens, but now the company's here, they're still here, they launched the token, and the money's still flowing into the company, right? It's flowing in the $1,000 at a time, whatever it is. So the price is going to go up. So if we know the price is going to go up, we want to buy as fast as possible, try and get in on the action, right? And that's when all of you start seeing the results. All of you will start seeing the price go up because you didn't buy it. You didn't put money into it. You just got it for free or by making money. Even investing in BLNX right now, I call it free because you're not investing and waiting for the BLNX to launch. You're investing and you're making money every day. So you're making money, you're getting paid, you're making money for again for marketing, advertisement, and at the same time you got BLNX. So I still like to call it for free. It's still free. You haven't paid for it. It's still free because you paid for the investment package and you got BLNX as an extra. So yeah, it's free. So that's when you see the token go up because all the new people are buying it. Okay. Now, final question. What happens when that 40% is gone, the 40% that is burned, right? After it's been burned, what's the incentive? What's the reason for people to hold BLNX if, it's not going to be burnt anymore because it's all been burned? Why should we buy it? What's the utility behind it? Word utility. And this idea has come over the last week. Simon, thank you, Simon. He brought in a lot of good ideas, and I think this was one of them. Let's make it such that with BLNX, you can buy physical gold from BLNX at a discount. Because you can buy gold with crypto, sure. So, you can buy gold, you can buy BLNX, you can buy gold with BLNX. Okay, you can do it with USDT, you can do that with Bitcoin, but you don't get a discount with that. If you use the company's token to buy the gold, physical gold, then you get a 1, 2, 3% discount. We don't know. I'm just launching random numbers right now. We don't know what it's going to be. Let's see. Let's wait for launch. Let's wait for the smart contract to launch. Let's wait for the white paper. Let's wait for this information. And then these are all things that we're going to talk about again once we have a more concrete idea of it. But that is the plan. The plan is to have people have a reason to keep buying BLNX and holding it and not selling it so it doesn't fall, so it doesn't drop in price. Obviously, it will drop. It's normal. Buy and sell. Everything in life is up and down. Your heart rate is up and down. Everything is up and down. So it's normal. Obviously, I'm not going to say it goes up forever, but that's going to give more people who are not involved in BLNX, who are not involved in anything related to BLNX to buy BLNX. Even our current clients, current customers, right? That actually buy the gold, they can get an even extra, an extra discount from the one they already get from buying from us directly from the mines. So, but again, so maybe you may ask, hey, what's the minimum amount I can buy? It's like, the minimum amount is usually 50 kilos. I don't have millions of dollars. This is when offices and stores come in, and I'll talk about that next. So where can you buy gold after this? So this is to wrap up about BLNX, the token. These are the plans. These are the 3 steps that it's going to have. And myself personally, would we get a BLNX crypto debit Visa card for Laura BLNX? That is something else we're also talking about. Thank you, Mr. Vision X, for that question. You see, gentlemen, there is a lot on our plate. There is a lot of things to do. And yes, that's also something we're looking into. We haven't spoken about it. We haven't mentioned it. The idea that I had, this is actually myself. The idea that I had was, at the moment, on the website, on your account, if you want to withdraw your profits, you withdraw them with crypto. You send a request, you withdraw with crypto, and you get it on your wallet, right? That's how it works right now. Then I thought of the idea, okay, maybe they don't need to withdraw it. What if we just get a card that is linked to BLNX, to the website, that's linked to the company? So they don't necessarily need to withdraw it. They can just use it on the debit card with no fees other than the ones that Visa or MasterCard asks. So that is in the plans. However, then that's extra bureaucracy we need to do, extra legal extra all things that, again, it will come at its due time. However, that's not something we're focused on right now. Right now, we're focused on getting a reputation out there, because the biggest, I don't want to say problem, the challenge we're having right now, and it's also really not a challenge, it's just a matter of time, that's it. But the most pressure we're getting on right now, and we have been getting for weeks, is, can we meet with this person? Can we go to the mines? Can we see where the gold's coming from? Can we see this document? Which, again, very valid questions. But again, given that we're just moving from private to public, it takes time to get all that out there. So we're having to do things we didn't even know it was that important to do, because again, it's not how we've been functioning for all these years, right? So it's like a cat. If a cat was, it's a home cat. You have a cat at the house, right? when the cat goes on the street, it's like, oh wow, this isn't the house. There's other cats here. There's cars. It's dangerous. Oh, I didn't know that these are the rules on the street. There's different rules. So we're having to adapt very, very quickly, and we're having a lot of questions and a lot of requests asked all the time. So this is why we can't focus on everything at the same time. We're going by priority. So Vision X, yes, that is a cool thing we want to add, and most likely, 90% we will add, because why not? It makes sense, and it sure, yeah. But again, it has to be done properly, because all these things like adding a debit card, a crypto token, all the stories I hear related to crypto, 99% have been scams. So we need to make sure that nobody thinks that of us. That's why we're not in a rush to launch all these things. All the other projects, they announce it before it even exists. Oh, invest in this project, invest with us, because we're going to launch a debit card that does nothing any other debit card has ever done before. Okay, promises and promises. Give us the money first, and then we will do this. We are not interested in doing that. We're not going to do that, and we're not doing that. So again, that's why BLNX, we're not asking anybody to buy it. There's no IPO. There's no, get the tokens now before everybody else, put money in the system. No, you get them for free for registering. If you like what you see, if you understand gold, if you understand the company, how much money do I have to start with? I'll answer that in a second, Herbs. So that's why we're not selling anything. We're like, in terms of crypto, right? I'm talking about crypto. In terms of crypto, we're not selling anything. We're not pre-selling anything, because we're not interested in being like other like projects or crypto projects. We are a gold company first, and then comes the whole crypto. That's a bonus. That's an extra. Okay. The main point about crypto is simply to get all of you on board, to get all of the crypto communities, such as One, such as Pi, all these people with hundreds of thousands of users, if not millions of users, to come here as fast as possible, as strong as possible, to make a big dam, right? Through fireworks and the hype, all the things that crypto does, right? That's what crypto's known for, the hype, right? Get the hype going. The more of that happens, the quicker the stores can start, more stores can start opening, because again, many people say, hey, you have the money, why don't you just open the gold stores yourself? Yeah, sure, but we need to study the market, and the best way to study it is by having other people on the ground doing this for us, right? That's why the investment packages, somebody mentioned, very smartly said today, oh, why are you using the word invest if you don't need investors? Fine, fair enough. The word shouldn't be invest. The word should be, you're getting paid for marketing, right? Instead of, just like I was saying, just instead of paying a football player to market Adidas, we're paying you via the packages for you to talk about BLNX with everybody else. So sure, maybe the word investment isn't the best term to use. However, it's the same thing. You're either investing or you're getting paid for your service or for spreading the word out there. Mahalia, I'm gonna check what you wrote in just a second. Same thing with Herbs. So yeah, that's how it works. You're earning money every day by telling as many people as possible, by marketing as much as possible, so that then we understand in what countries there's more demand, right? If it's Vietnam, if it's Korea, if South Korea, if it's Trinidad and Tobago, right? The more money comes from certain places, then we see, oh, wow, there's a lot of movement in that region. A lot of money is coming from that region. So let's start opening stores there. So whoever the leader is of that region, they get the store, they get the discount. Again, all this information is in the PDFs, about like the stores and everything, what you have to achieve. And in those stores, okay, in those stores is where then once the crypto launches and everything, that's when people will be able to use the BLNX to buy gold in that store. 1 gram, 5 grams, $800, $8,000. We're not telling people to buy, tons of gold or 50 kilos at a time. That's for the average person, for the normal person, to be able to use BLNX at the BLNX stores in that country. That is like the end goal of the BLNX crypto. Okay. Before going on, let me check what people have been asking and writing. I just had to step out. How much money do I have to start with? Uh, mm, okay, the current minimum. If you mean for the packages, it's $10. If it's the regular package, it's $10. Again, and this is mostly for the average person, so they can check it, they can see what it is, and they can get acquainted, right? So yeah, you can see. Thank you, Simon. Thank you. Investor Plus, which is the regular, 100 working days, $10 minimum, 500 maximum. Okay. However, there are different limits that depending on what crypto you use. If you use the Binance Smart Chain, all this information is on the FAQ. Please read information. Everything people ask us every day, it's all on the FAQ. Leaders, ambassadors, please tell all your people that 99% of everything they ask is already either in the videos on Instagram or in the channel on Telegram. Please subscribe to the channel on Telegram. Go to Instagram. We'll be making more movements we'll be making more movements soon on social media, and read the FAQ. Okay, please. So 10%, $10. However, if you use Bitcoin or Tron or Ethereum, because of the higher gas fees, we have a higher uh requisite to which is $50. It's $100. Yeah, it's $100 minimum if it's with Tron or Bitcoin, but it's $10 if you use BNB, because we cover all the expenses, we cover all the fees. None of the users have to pay the fees. Okay, so if we send Ethereum or Tron, it's like $6 per transaction, $10 per transaction. So it's a lot of money. Okay, it's a lot of money when you have thousands of people withdrawing every day, right? So that's why we encourage people to use BNB, because of the lower gas fees, and that's why $10 if it's BNB. That's for the question for Herbs. Mahalia guy, will BLNX be in the future? Will BLNX be in the future? Be okay. Be doing diamond mines or future precious stones with crypto? My answer is no. No, at the moment, no. We're a gold mining company. I'm not going to say never say never again, but it's not never crossed our minds at the moment. We focus on gold. Um, we haven't thought about precious stones or diamonds at the moment. We have friends and partners who do that. Again, privately. Privately, they're not out there doing what we're doing right now. So I don't think it would be of much interest to you. But no, we're not thinking of that at the moment. Message two: since BullionX wants to be in TNT, uh, will they be registered with the SEC and central bank TTT to get their licenses to prevent any future problems or fines? So when it comes to the stock market, if I understood right, when it comes to the stock market, it's a little different. It's a little different. We're not looking into, that's more of the final steps. So the obvious answer is yes, everything has to be registered, everything has to be legalized, everything has to be done properly. Yes, the answer to your question is yes. That's why we're not in a rush to do everything. And same thing with the BLNX, same thing with the crypto, right? First, we launched the white paper. First, we launched the the smart contract. First, we do all that, and then people see it, they're comfortable with it, and then things go on the market. In this case, BLNX. Talking about the TNT and the SEC and all that, obviously, before doing that, licenses have to be ready. All of that, yes. The obvious answer is yes, my friend. Of course, of course. No, nobody wants. None of that is going to happen. There you go. None of that is going to happen until all the proper documentation is prepared and it's out there in the public. Okay, so don't worry about that. None of any type of these questions. First, we have the documents, and then things go on the market, not the other way around, right? Like many other projects, like we're not a project, right? But like other projects out there who first they promise the product and then they say, well, then we will show you ABC. No, my friend, that's not how it works. First, you show the proof, and then you get to launch everything. So yeah, thank you for the question. Where were we? Water, excuse me. There we go. So BLNX, you understood the goals. Very, if you think about it, I don't want to say basic, but it's very it's very smart in my opinion. Again, it took. I'm not trying to compliment myself too much. Obviously, it's a team thing, and some of these ideas came from our leaders. Simon was a big part of this. Some of these ideas have come from our leaders, and that's why we're always welcome. You have a suggestion, bring it on, right? Anything regarding the way the company functions and the way we do things, we're very strict with how we handle things, with how we are handling marketing and all that. However, things people can give their opinion, of course, but that's the long term for BLNX. It will have utility. What utility? Buy physical gold in the stores. Gold is not going anywhere. Gold is physical. Gold is here to stay. So this is what can give you a peace of mind. So when people ask me, the guarantees of the BLNX, no guarantees. Obviously, nothing's 100% in life. The only thing that's 100% is that we're all going to die. That's the only thing that's 100%, right? And even that, if we want to get technical, in 50 years and 30 years, like we'll be transferring consciousness, so technically we won't even die. So there you go. But yeah, so 99%, then I'll be fair, 99%, everything's going to be amazing. We're going to have those stores. We're already talking in Kyrgyzstan. They're already looking to open the first store. Maybe Vietnam is going to be the one of the first two. Vietnam. We're here today about Trinidad and Tobago. You have proven that you're very interested, or potential here main leader in Trinidad and Tobago is interested in opening a store ASAP. An info center, I heard, right? Info center, the current goal to show the company that you have a lot of community there is to reach $300,000 in investments, or in deposits and packages. And once we see that, we're like, okay, damn, let's rent an office. Let's rent a space. Let's put some. Let's get the tables. Let's get a coffee machine. Whatever you want. Let's get some empanadas, depending on where you are in South America. Let's get some nice food and open the info center. This is so people can start seeing BLNX physically around the world, right? So that's not a very big goal. I mean, sorry, it's not a very big. It's not a very big goal, not a very big requirement. 300,000. We've had. I'm not, for privacy, I'm not going to say everybody on here, but we already have leaders who have done way more than 300,000, right? So they apply. We can already start opening the info centers, right? So info centers can start being open after 300,000. Gold store, this is different. For the gold store, since there's gold involved, licenses, as you've mentioned, if we want to open a gold store in Trinidad and Tobago, as an example, we need to start getting the commercial license, the different licenses that are needed to actually open a physical store, and make sure it's compliant with the fire department, all the things that have to, for a commercial spot, right? All these little things that the average person doesn't think about, but they have to take into place. So because it's harder, because it's more complicated, because we have to provide the gold, right? 1, 2, 3 kilos of gold for a store to have earrings, bracelets, maybe even watches. Who knows where it's going to go, right? 3 million. Currently, the goal is 3 million. Anybody who brings a total of 3 million from their whole structure, right? Downline, anybody within their structure, they bring $3 million to BLNX, you automatically apply for us to start opening a gold store in your city. The gold store that you will be receiving percentages from. Again, this is a PDF we still have to put together specifically, because when people start paying with BLNX in the store, thank you, Simon, once again. Once people start paying with BLNX in your store, you will also be earning a percentage on that. So the customer is incentivized to buy BLNX, to buy gold at a discount. They can sell it again, right? So the whole city is going to be coming and buying gold. If they're like, okay, let's buy BLNX so that then I can go to this city and I can buy the gold at a 3% discount, or whatever the discount we're going to choose. And then they can just go sell it somewhere else and make a 1-2% on it. It's insane, my friends. It's insane. Like, I think the ideas that are being brainstormed are just insane. And I'm very, very hyped and excited at the same time. However, we got to remember, we're businessmen. We do things slowly, we do things professionally. However, all these ideas that are coming into, it's too much. A lot is happening too much, too fast in terms of ideas. As somebody mentioned here, the debit card. This is a good idea. They're all good ideas. They just have to be done slowly. However, what we obviously encourage is for the users to come in as many as possible, as fast as possible, because all of you are going to earn the biggest percentages. Now, bronze level, 5%, right? Your direct line, 5%. In a month, it could be 4, could be 3.5. I don't know how many people are going to be on board in the next week. I don't know what's going to happen on Monday, right? I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow, like 50,000 users register tomorrow. I don't know. So it's all up to you. It's all up to the leaders. It's all up to the people in different countries, how many people they bring as fast as possible. And based on that, the faster stores can open, the faster, the faster store can open. And as soon as BLNX launches, the faster those stores will start making sense. They will start making more sense because people can actually go there and buy.
You ready?
Incentivized to do so. So yeah.
Are you ready?
That's regarding the store plans. Okay, the store plans and the office plans. What else? Let me think. I think I pretty much touched base on everything. Oh, to open a gold store, you have to have a precious metals license, register with the. Yes, of course. There you go. There you go. Central bank, yeah, and you have to have a compliance of. Exactly. Again, all life things have to be done within that specific region, which is again, this is the reason why before opening a store somewhere, we want a local, or at least somebody who lives there, someone who knows, if you're in Trinidad and Tobago, Trinidad and Tobago. You have some context. You can talk to a lawyer. We can, obviously, the company pays for all this stuff, right? We can pay for a lawyer. You find the right lawyer. You find the right people, and whoever the leader is in that country, it's your job. It's your job to get all the logistics. The logistics is the job of the leader. The company just pays the bills. The company pays the bills. If you're in Vietnam, if you're in South Korea, and again, you brought in whatever amount of people, right? $3 million, $1 million, whatever it is. When it comes, we're like, okay, what do we need? What do we need for your city? What do you need for your region, for your country? You tell me, okay, you need, precious metals license. You need this. Okay, no problem. Thank you. We get our lawyers. We get the legal team. We need this. We need it as fast as possible. Bam. Get all the documents signed, get all the contracts done. Okay, once all the paper is done, let's rent the place, let's find a place, and let's do things as fast as possible. So yes, thank you. Thank you for the extra message. And yeah, obviously, it's pretty basic stuff. All around the world, these things are needed. Obviously, they just have to be done. They just have to be done. That's it. So nothing new there, nothing crazy, right? I'm also getting another message. Languages. Okay, yes, they're asking about languages. This week, tomorrow, in the next 3-4 days, because we ordered Vietnamese language and Japanese language more than a week ago. Again, it was New Year's. So things are a little slower, right? So we ordered the languages, and they will be online this week. This week that's coming, starting from Monday. Japanese and Vietnamese is going to be officially on the website, and we're also doing a Thai. Thai is next with Hindi, and I don't recall the other ones. Please, if any questions, just ask. But we already ordered a few more language packages, because we don't want to wait until the proper leaders are we don't want to wait for someone to say, hey, we need Spanish. Hey, we need Italian. Eventually it's going to come to that, right? We're going to come to that. All of that is going to be there. So we might as well do things faster and start paying now. I have received, excuse me, give me 1 second, because I actually just got a message. So, okay, I have news for everybody right now in this live as we're speaking right now. Japanese has just been officially added on the website. Again, we don't currently have any Japanese people, I think, but Japanese has been officially added on the website. You go to BLNX, you can see Japanese has been added, and Vietnamese is next. So you're going to be in the next couple of hours, or tomorrow, after tomorrow, let's see. And yeah, same thing for anybody here. If it's Thailand, if it's Russia, any country, any other country, languages are being added. So please stay tuned. This is something that we're working on, and more is being added. I just found out just now, right here, live with all of you. So that's very good news. Very good news. Japanese is added. Success. Okay. What other questions do we have? Again, ladies, gentlemen, I think this is pretty much all from my end. So yeah, just start with the questions and I'll start responding. Thank you, Simon. Yeah. Peter as well. Peter, Simon.
Thank you, thank you. Any questions?
Peter, your voice so soft. Can you speak louder? Peter John.
Yes, I haven't seen any hand raised as yet. However,
okay.
The floor is open for questions. And thank you, Mahalia. So Michael would have done an excellent job in terms of explaining and providing information. Here we have the CFO on site with us, so please feel free to ask the question you may have had previously or you would like to have something clarified. I know there are a lot of you who may have that.
I guess I did a very good presentation. No questions because I answered everything. But yeah, Peter. Yeah, just by the way, Peter, you're far from the microphone, so it's you can hear it very very far away. Just for you to know, the microphone is very hard, very far.
Yeah.
Martin. What if I'm not from? What is a T8? Was in some other Caribbean island. Can you? What is the question? Okay, where you're from or where you live? What's the question exactly? I mean, it doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter where you're from. Like, what's the question? If I understood the question correct, like if you live in another Caribbean island, okay, um, then you're a leader of that island or of that country. So everything I just mentioned applies to every country. So it doesn't matter if you're in Dominicana, it doesn't matter if you're in St. Lucia, Haiti, Trinidad and Tobago, it doesn't matter where you are. Yeah, yeah. So if you're a leader of whatever island you're from, then that's it. But again, it doesn't mean you have to represent that specific place. If you have maybe a community, because I mean, if you live if it's an island, there's only a certain amount of users or people that you can onboard. But if your community, if you live in IT or wherever, right? And your community, and you have a large community in I don't know, in Mexico, then you can be a leader of Mexico. Again, as long as you're involved with that country, as long as you're active in that country or you can go there, then you can represent whatever country you are most connected to. If 80% of your community is in Mexico and you're in Trinidad and Tobago, then you can say you're from Mexico. So I think I responded to the question, hopefully. If not, just please ask again.
Yeah, that's the main reason why for this call I selected different islands to invite them to come onto this course so that
we all have an
opportunity for us to come on. You have Grenada, someone from Grenada here, Barbados. Someone from Jamaica also here. So
okay. Excuse me. So, okay, I understood now. I understood better. So most of the people in today's call, you're all from the Caribbean islands. Have I understood correctly?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. So my simple response to this is I'm going to get geographical about this. For all of you, if you handle multiple locations within the Caribbean, my suggestion would be to of course, you gather people and users and potential and people from all over the Caribbean. However, choose one location within the Caribbean where you would eventually like to get physical, right? So where eventually the stores are going to be, where the offices are going to be, and that is what you represent. That is, I guess, the easiest. Find the place that it has the biggest population, right? Again, Dominicana, I think it's a good one. Dominicana, the Dominicana, I think, would be one of the best ones. Again, I haven't been to Trinidad and Tobago, so maybe the country within the Caribbean with the most people, right, where it's easier to get things done. That would be my advice. So you can represent different islands, different different area in general. But yeah, I understood. Okay.
Any other question? Okay, well, must say thank you very much, Michael. Simon, would you like to make any further contribution at this point in time before we could close up? We're just about an hour and a half going.
So I think like you did very, very, very good job, Michael. And I think all of us follow and understand. And on the question on the chat, you already reply. So
Sorry,
I think like
Simon.
Yes.
Simon, sorry to interrupt you. Excuse me. One last thing. Gentlemen, ladies, I also can do presentations in Spanish. Okay, I'm fluent in Spanish. Keep that in mind, not just for the Caribbean, but if you have other people in Latin America, let's do it. Let's do it. Brazil, I also speak Portuguese. Not as much as Spanish, but I do speak Portuguese. So Argentina, Colombia, Peru, Ecuador, Venezuela, let's, Panama, Costa Rica, Mexico. Let's do all of that. Let's do all of that. Please, any leaders that you have or friends that you have within the South American region, Latam, let's do it. I lived there many years, so I'm very, very familiar with Latin America as a whole. So it's gonna be a walk in the park for me to do those presentations. So please, absolutely no translators needed. I can do it all in Spanish.
Wow,
Thank
wonderful.
You.
Thank you. Thank you. So, Peter John, so we close the Zoom today, right? So I think that's the new venture, new journey. But I love the concept and the direction of the company to combine traditional gold mine with the token, the blockchain. So with a little bit money, even though $10 or $20, we can start to buy the packet and start to learn more about new things. So I encourage you, just keep learning, start by doing action. Refer your friend, because we still have a 14, we have 140,000 user account with the 300,000 token. And that will run up very, very fast. So take advantage of that. And we can learn, invest whatever amount you feel comfortable, and we learn more on the way. And the confident you are, we can put more money. So that's the way I'm doing. That's the way I usually advise one of my business partner of my friend. So one more time, thank you so much, even though very late over there in London. But Michael still stay with us. Yeah. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
everyone.
Good night,
Always
Simon.
a pleasure.
Simon.
Yeah.
Michael.
Yes.
You have a question?
I just want to ask. Good night. My name is Marlon. Right. Good night to everyone else on this call. I just want to ask one quick question. After the company launch, right? Would there? Well, the coin is expected, as we know, after the launch to be listed on Binance Exchange, OKX Exchange, Bybit Exchange, right? In terms of price dump, would there be any parameters in place to protect the price value of the coin?
I'll answer very simply. There's no parameter. There's nothing one can do to avoid people from selling. That's the first thing. However, when it just launches on the blockchain, if there's no liquidity, there's nothing to sell. It takes time for again, it can be in a few days, it can be in a few hours, right? So when there's no liquidity, it can't be dumped. And who would dump it anyway? The people who got it for free and it doesn't have a price yet. There's no reason. There's no logical reason for you or any of your partners or anybody. No one has the incentive to sell. Plus, even if there was money in the system, right? So at first, there's not a lot of money in the system, so it makes no sense to sell it anyway. For what? To make a few $100s, a few dozens of dollars? No.
Yeah, don't make sense.
Exactly. So it makes no sense because again, even in examples, I've seen examples of crypto projects where the founders there's a project called Hex. Hex is a token on the Ethereum blockchain, and the founder Richard Hart, he launched the Pulse chain just of 2 years ago, shy of 2 years ago, and he owns, he doesn't say it, but all the 90%, 89% of the supply is in one wallet, because it was an IPO type thing, so everybody knows it's him. And for many years, they said, oh, that's very dangerous. It's dangerous that you have everything because you can dump the price. And he said it many times, how can I dump the price if I would just be dumping it on myself? Because there's not enough liquidity to actually have a full price. If you want to drop 90, if you want to sell 90% all at the same time, it will just liquidate you immediately. So no, there's nothing in place because nothing needs to be in place. Secondly, it's not in anybody's interest who got it for free. And thirdly, on the contrary, you're going to start seeing the price go up because of the new users. It can be instant, it can be in a day, it can be in a few hours. We don't know. And there's nothing I can tell you or anybody should be able to tell you about price, about what a token is going to do. Nobody knows, not even God himself. So the market will decide. All of you will decide. All of the new investors will decide. So, but yeah, it'll be fine. Of course, again, if we have a burn function and telling people that you can buy gold at a discount if you have this token, oh man, I think the marketing that we're doing now, that all of you are doing now, is for BLNX. But then there's going to be a whole new another phase for that token once it actually launches. That's going to be chapter 2, because if I were to hear today, like, just let's ignore all of this. Let's ignore BLNX and all that. If I were to hear today that there is a new crypto token that is launching in a month or whatever, or that just launched. Hey, it launched a week ago. And it's going up like crazy, because if you own it, you can go to stores in Trinidad and Tobago, you can go to stores in Vietnam and buy gold at a 3-4 whatever percent discount. I'm like, damn, I'm gonna buy it immediately. I want to go buy gold at a discount and then sell it and then earn a profit. Who wouldn't? Like, it would make no sense. Who wouldn't buy that crypto, right? But that's why it sounds too good. So we would have to. So this is why everybody needs to know about the company. Everybody needs to know why it's doing that, why it's making a profit anyway by selling gold, because that's how. When there's no middleman, we're making money by the company, not me. The company is making money by mining it and selling it to a second party, right? So I just see upside. Again, everybody says this. I'm not a financial investor. Do your own research, right? But yeah, I don't think there's going to be any issue when it comes to hype and when it comes to actually making people understand what the token can do. But it's important. Sorry, last thing. It's important. This is why before all this happens, it's important for us to get all the documents in line, have everything ready, so nobody can come knocking on the door, right? 2, 3 months from now, 4 months from now, and being like, oh, where's this? Where's that? Which is what is happening right now, right? It's like, oh, where's the gold mining certificates? Where's this? Where's that? Like, oh, we weren't ready for this. We're doing it. Yes, please give us a few more weeks. Give us a few more minutes. So we don't want that to happen. I don't want that to happen. I'm already having to deal with this now, and it's fair, it's right. But I don't want to have to deal with this in April. I don't want to have to deal with this because again, CFO, I manage all the finances, and it's a massive headache. So in order to avoid this when the crypto launches, is to be doing everything in advance, okay? So this is why I can tell you there shouldn't be any reasons for dump. Would make no sense, just for buying.
Okay, thank you, Michael. Thank you.
Okay, Michael, thanks.
You're very welcome.
Any other questions before Michael leaves? It's now about midnight, so just after midnight where Michael is.
Oh, I have one question. Pleasant good night, everybody. Pleasant good night.
Good evening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good night.
My question is that with the tokens that you can exchange for physical gold, the actual product itself, will that be possible in a later future?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yes, after the launch, obviously. After the launch, after the token is on the Ethereum blockchain, again, my friends, this is why we chose the Ethereum blockchain, because everybody knows it. It's where the first projects were built. Yes, sometimes the fees are high, and during bull markets,
right?
But I sent Ethereum the other day for $1.50. You know, it's not that big of a deal. Anyway,
Okay, which
yes, that's
leads
what I'm
also
saying.
to my other question is
Sure.
that how much it will be, if it'll be 1 gram to 1 ounce gold, or kilobar of gold, or 1,000 ounces of gold.
The amount that you can buy in the store, it will start at 1 gram. I can tell you this.
Physically.
Yeah. Physically, when you go to the store, when this happens, when the store will be available, when the token will be launched, it will be for the average person. Yes. So like it will start from 1 gram, probably up to a
Right.
kilo, and then after that, if we want to talk tons or kilos, then it's a different story. But you know, for the average person that wants to spend, you know, $1,000, $2,000, $5,000, $10,000, then yeah, 1 gram, 5 grams, 10 grams, 100 grams, 250 grams. You know, like the usual, just the normal amounts that bars can't come in. That's the answer.
Right.
And again, and also the
Other
jewelry. There's gonna
question
be
also,
jewelry.
will there
Mhm.
be in the future will be interested in silver as well?
I can't answer that right now because I don't know.
Okay.
I don't want to make promises that we're not looking into right now. Again, everything's possible. We'll see if there's a market, if there's the proper. At the moment, no, because it wouldn't be in our interest because we don't mine silver. So actually, now that I'm thinking about it, there's no reason for BLNX to offer any kind of discount with the silver, because it makes no sense to us. We're not related to silver. So my answer is no.
Okay, thanks again.
You're
Thanks,
very
everyone.
welcome. Thank you for the questions.
Thank you. Any further questions?
Yes, good night.
Marvin?
Good night, everyone.
Yeah, Marvin, go
Good
ahead.
night, good night.
John, I don't want to hear you. I don't want to hear you. I don't want to hear you. You don't understand. Look.
Go
Have
ahead,
a good
Mr.
night.
Marvin.
Okay, one question I want to ask,
I don't
right?
want to shit in here.
Should we be muting someone there? Is it less?
Yeah, because I don't understand even if you're speaking English. I don't understand anything.
Yes, have a good night.
Because all you're so not appreciative at all.
Have a good night.
Larry, mute your mic.
Oh, thank you. Good evening. Thank you. You too. Have a good night.
Pleasant good evening. Hello.
Yes.
Okay, one question I want to ask, right? In relation to the pre-launch where persons can buy the 100,000 BLNX tokens, right? If between now and May month, we accumulate at least 1 million tokens, when the company has officially launched, will we be able to exchange any of those tokens for USDT? Will we be able to withdraw it to our Binance and exchange it for USDT? That's the question I'm concerned about.
Sure. The answer is when there will be liquidity, yes. Because again, it will be airdropped onto your Ethereum wallet, right? Well, after the launch, right? We will see, this will all be done manually, by the way. So it's going to take a week or two after launch, but everybody's going to be receiving their via airdrop manually, all of the tokens that are shown on your account, right? So if you have 1 million, you get 1 million tokens on the Ethereum, right? Okay. Once you have them once they're on the blockchain, once that's it, they're out of our hands, alas, done. They're not ours anymore. Once you have them on the blockchain, the way it works with crypto is you can connect, since it's Ethereum, you would be connecting to Uniswap, right? Or Pancake, or Sushi Swap, whatever you use. You connect to Uniswap, and that's when you change it. You can change it to USDT, but in order to do that, there has to be a liquidity. That cannot happen in the first hours, right? So yeah, again, I'm not going to tell you yes, no, at the beginning, no, because there's no liquidity. There's not really, the slippage is going to be very, very high. Again, these are crypto. This is already crypto related questions, right? So there's slippage. So the answer on the first day, on the first hours, no. Afterwards, once there's liquidity, once it makes sense for you to do so, then yeah, absolutely. Then you're selling it. You're selling it for USDT. Again, I don't recommend you do that right away. I would wait at least for the 40% if you want to sell it. Not a financial advisor, not telling you what to do. I'm just saying, wait at least, since all of you guys are early, you're getting it for free. Why would you want to sell it after launch for USDT? Better keep it. Let the new people in 2 months, in 3-4 months, let all the new people that are going to come in the second half of the year that have not been here for the last month, that have not been here for the first quarter, let them buy it. Let them put the pressure in it. Let them push the price up. Let them put the liquidity in. Once the 40% is burned and there's less around and it's more rare, and the price will be up, there will be liquidity, everybody will know about it, then sure, change it for USDT. That's, again, not financial advice. I'm just saying that's what would make sense. Selling it when there's more liquidity and you get more dollars value, and not just selling it at first, when there's no liquidity.
Hello?
Okay. Mhm. Last question. Last question before we close. We almost like 1 hour, 45 minutes. And now it's very late for Michael in London.
Yes, please.
Okay. One question, if you have before we close. With the business, Marvin? Okay. One more time. Thank you so much, Michael. And everybody for the Zoom. Thank you, Peter John. Let's Caribbean drop. Okay. Okay. Good night, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.
Right. Muchas gracias, and see you everybody soon.
Yes. Good night.
Everyone.
It was a pleasure. Ciao, ciao.
It's a pleasure, yes.
Peter John, I just want to thank every